In the shadow of the oaks, where the wild rivers bend, I found your scarf, a memory in the wind. It danced like smoke from the cabin's old stone flue, where you laughed under stars, a night's embrace so true. Thorns held tight in the palm of my hand, bleeding echoes of you in this forsaken land. Each sunset bleeding into a lonesome blue, I roam with the ghost of a love I once knew. We trace gravel roads where the dust whispers past, old porches creaked with tales meant to last. But time swept you away like leaves in a storm, leaving just echoes in the boots I've worn. Thorns held tight, oh how the memories demand, bleeding echoes of you in this wild, wide land. Sunsets still bleed into my lonesome blue. I roam with the ghost of a love so true. Now I sit by the river, watching waters rush by, my reflection alone neath the vast prairie sky. Thoughts swirl like the leaves caught in an endless flight, grasping at the warmth of a lost golden light. Thorns held tight as the night whispers your name. The pain runs deep, but the love burns just the same. Every sunset's a reminder of what used to be. On these empty trails of memory, you still walk with me. Under the shadow of an aging oak, where wildflowers dare to grow, I first saw her laughing in the sun's low golden glow. We carved our names within that bark, a fortress strong and true, in that quiet dusty town under sky so endless blue. Oh, the oak tree called my name, winds whisper secrets old and new. Echoes of her voice in the leaves sing of the love I once knew. Every creaking branch a tale of dreams we claimed under that old oak tree where nothing stayed the same. Years drifted like the river bends, smooth stones worn by time. That old porch saw seasons turn, but she's no longer mine. Scarves that danced upon the breeze, now lost like her soft smile, left my heart upon that path, walked alone for miles. Oh, the oak tree called my name, winds whisper secrets old and new. Echoes of her voice in the leaves sing of the love I once knew. Every creak in swaying branch, a tale of dreams we claim under that old oak tree where nothing stayed the same. In the quiet I hear the rustling leaves speaking low and sweet of days when the sun spilled like honey where the earth and the sky would meet. But the sunsets bleed crimson now over lands where loneliness reigns. Every twilight cries for her, and the night whispers my pain. Yes, the oak tree called my name under starlit sky so clear and deep, where memories lay in the dust, where the willows weep. Still every night by that gnarled old frame where my tears fell like rain, under that old oak tree, whispering her name, whispering her name. Out where the oak tree shadows lay long on the ground, I first saw her wild hair go like the crown of a queen. Under that old porch, laughter was the sweetest sound. Where we carved our names now just whispers in between. But the storm turned cold, the sky stole her golden light, leaving just shadows where we used to dance alone. That old scarf she left holds a scent of her tight. Now I wander these gravel roads forever thrown. The cabin stands empty where once it brimmed with dreams. Windows gaze like tired eyes watching seasons betray. The trail's overgrown where we chase fleeting streams. Her absence a quiet ghost in the dust where I lay. Yes, the storm turned cold, the sky stole her golden light, leaving just echoes where laughter filled the void. That old saddle's warm like my heart through endless nights. Under the moon's pale watch, my hopes forever alive. In the silence after rain, when the wind speaks soft and low, I feel her touch in the breeze that stirs the sycamore leaves. Maybe all that's left is the letting go, finding peace like the sunset in the warmth it weaves. Still the storm turned cold, and my heart bears the frost, a prairie fire in my soul for the love I've known and lost. These lands, they hold her in the quiet rustling gold, till I'm just a tale on these trails forever old. With every sun that sets, I learn to live with the ghost of her whisper in the wind on the path I chose the most. In the shadow of the old oak's arms, where the river sings and the valley charms, she danced a silhouette against setting suns, a memory forged where the wild creek runs. Her laugh, a breeze through the chapel pines, her kiss, sweet as the summer winds on the porch where the creaking swing still sighs, whispering tales neath the stormy sky. Oh, grave closed her eyes, left me dreaming alone, with the ghost of her whisper and the echo of her moan. Underneath the starlit canvas where the lonely coyotes cry, I'm just a shadow waiting for the day when shadows die. But the cabin's empty, the fire's cold, the trails we walked are overgrown and old. Rain taps on the rooftops like forgotten tales, lost in the thunder of the lonesome gales. A scarf she left still smells a wild rose, faded by the sun, frayed by the blows. Time it steals the brightest flame away, left me with the dusk, took the day. Oh, grave closed her eyes, left me dreaming alone, with the ghost of her whisper and the echo of her moan. Underneath the starlit canvas where the lonely coyotes cry, I'm just a shadow waiting for the day when shadows die. By the old oak tree I carved her name in the heart-shaped nook, still looks the same, as if the oak's sage skin and its deep dark eyes hold the secret to where the true heart lies. Yes, grave closed her eyes, now I roam dusk to dawn, a cowboy with his heart, but all his chances gone. With each dusty sunset and each trail that fades away, she's the whisper in the valley where I'll lay down someday. Oh, grave closed her eyes, and I've been dreaming ever since, in the quiet of the ghost towns by the fence. But love, like the river, finds its way despite the lies, in the lands where even shadows dare to rise. Under the old oak tree where our names were carved, silence falls like shadows as the day gets dark. Your scarf still dances on the porch rails, and the wind sings ballads, but my heart won't mend. Oh, silence carved in the wood, in the stones, in the echoes of the dust where we once roamed. Each sunset bleeds more color from my dream, and silence is deeper than it seems. The gravel road wears a blanket of untrodden frost, since the warmth of your whisper and the touch I lost. Our cabin stands empty, but it's filled with your laughs, echoing against walls that our love once crafted. Oh, silence carved in the paths, in the rains, in the heartbeats shared and the love we claim. Each sunset bleeds more color from my dream, and silence is deeper than it seems. I wander these hills, trace the streams so cold, looking for the warmth in the quiet, feeling old. The saddle's worn, the trails are fading under moon's glow. I'm lost in the places only you and I know. Silence carved in our memories hold, in the wildlands where my sorrow is told. Sunsets keep bleeding colors from my dreams, yet in this silence love endlessly streams. Oh, in this silence I still hear your dreams. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild river bends, I first saw her smile in the springtime winds. We traced gravel roads where the blue bonnets slept, under stars that whisper secrets we promised to keep. But the river band forgot the names of us two. Old porch swings empty, skies turn to mournful blue. Her scarf in my saddle, faded and worn, carries the scent of the love from which I'm torn. Years fell away like the leaves in the fall. Echoes of laughter drift through the old cabin's halls. Dusty boots by the door, waiting just for hers. Now I roam these empty trails, swallowed by the firs. The river band forgot the dreams we had planned. Silent are the meadows where we once laid hand in hand. Her scarf in my saddle, now threadbare and gray, holds the colors of our sunset, now faded away. By the riverside where the water meets the sky, I ponder on the wise, the truth in every lie. Heart heavy like the stones washed smooth by time's flow, learning to let the river carry all I know. Yes, the river band forgotten, maybe so should I. Let the water cleanse the soul under the vast forgiving sky. Her scarf in my saddle, I'll leave it by the shore, where memories flow onward and cowboys roam no more. With every setting sun and each rising moon, I'm closer to accepting that she won't be back soon. By the river bend where the old oak still stands, I'll remember her smile as I let go of her hands.
Down by the creaking of old Tucker's Gate, where the oak tree shadows lie so still and wait, your scarf blew wild, the color of the flame. There our laughter hung, not yet touched by pain. Mornings kissed by dew, your hand clung to mine in a town too small to hold your dreams in mine. Long ride said nothing, but the wind heard it all. The silence between us as the twilight would fall, haunted by the echoes of our last goodbye. The trail's gone cold under the bleeding sky. Long ride said nothing, with my heart in your hand, leaving just shadows in this undying land. The cabin stands empty where we used to sing, dust layers thick on your silver ring. Gravel roads whisper where you danced in the rain, fading footprints, all that remain. The porch still creaks, I hear it sway and moan, a testament to days forever flown. Long ride said nothing, but the wind heard it all. The silence between us as the twilight would fall, ghosted by the echoes of our last farewell. Each sunset a story I can't bear to tell. Long ride said nothing, with my heart in your hand, leaving just shadows in this undying land. Beneath the harvest moon I ride these tracks alone, each star a memory, a past overthrown. Could it be that the wild has swallowed your grace, or does the prairie wind still whisper your face? Long ride said nothing, but the wind knows my plea across the plains where my heart still sees thee. Maybe in another life under skies less gray, the long ride will speak what I needed to say. Long ride said nothing, and nothing's what I hold, a cowboy's tale in silence retold.
I've crossed the rivers, climbed the rise, watched red dust paint the evening skies. My boots wore thin from years gone by, chasing dreams I couldn't tie. The canyon winds all knew my name, so did the storm, so did the flame. I rode with ghosts, I rode alone, my only home was what I owned. But she was the sunset I found, burning gold where the hills fell down. She stood like peace in a world untrue, with eyes like dusk and a voice like dew. I'd seen the world from town to town, but nothing shook me, nothing profound, till she looked up without a sound. She was the sunset I finally found. She had a garden by her door, and boots too clean for riding wool. Said she baked her bread by hand and read old books she didn't plan. I tipped my hat and barely spoke. She laughed and handed me her cloak. Said, "Cowboy, rest your saddle bones. Even legends need a home." She was the sunset I found, a fire that warmed my worn-out crown. I'd seen the stars, I'd kissed the wind, but never knew where love had been. She pulled me close without a rope, no tricks, no games, no lines, no hope, just her and me and common ground. She was a sunset I found. I didn't ride to find a flame, but somehow she called out my name. And every mile I rode before led me straight to her front door. She was the sunset I found in a world of noise. She made no sound, just stood there like the end of day, soft and fierce in a honeyed way. And if this road should call me gone, I'll take her light and ride on strong. But I'll always turn my heart around back to the sunset that I found. In the dusk, by the whisper of Oak Creek, where the shadows of oak trees start to sneak, I recall her scarf, blue as the twilight sky, and the rye we held tight, my love and I. Her laughter mingled with the rustling leaves, echo softly where my heart still grieves. Oh, I held tight in hands so warm, not just a whisper in the storm. Her love a fading trail in my mind, in the solitude that I find. Oak Creek, carry my sorrow tonight, under the stars. Oh, I held tight. Seasons turned and the wild rye grew tall on the path to that old empty cabin's call. The porch creaks with tales it yearns to tell, of sweet hellos and that hard farewell. The saddle sits dusty, the reins lay still. Life moves on, but my heart never will. Oh, I held tight in hands now cold, in this quiet town where memories unfold. Her love a fading trail in my mind, in the loneliness that I find. Oak Creek, carry my sorrow tonight, under the moon's soft silver light. And the wind whispers secrets through the pines, carrying the scent of those lost sweet times. I'm just a shadow in this land, roaming free, holding on to what can no longer be. Oh, I held tight through years gone by, where dreams are kept and lovers sigh. Her love a trail I wandered blind, in the echoes of what's left behind. Oak Creek, carry my heart with the night, under the stars. Oh, I held tight, forever held. Oh, I held tight. There's an old oak out by Riley's Creek, where we carved our names in the tender cheek of
that ancient guard of whispered dreams, where the sunset's glow softly beams. Her scarf, it danced like a flame so wild on that dusty porch where she stood and smiled. And the wind had swept her laugh through the open plain like a sweet refrain when the wind called my name. Ooh, that wind did call my name through whispered pines and the pouring rain. Ooh, these hills hold her echo tight in the fading trails of the crimson light. Now the cabin's empty, the door swings free, with a creaking voice on a rusty hinge's plea. The gravel road wears a coat of dust, like my heart, covered in rust. The saddle's worn where she once sat by me, now it's just a shadow of a memory, as the twilight calls with a longing pain. Through the silence of the plains, the wind calls my name. Ooh, that wind, it calls my name, past the lonely scrub and the endless rain. Ooh, these roads run far and wide, but they can't carry back what time's denied. Underneath the starlit expanse I roam, every like home. Yet every step I take, every lone star's gleam pulls me back to her, so it seems. Ooh, that wind forever calls my name, a haunting tune, a love I can't reclaim. Ooh, let her whispers in the breeze carry my heart where I in the shadow of Lonesome Hill, beneath the old oak's arms, I carved our names inside a heart, sworn safe from worldly harms. The wind whistled through the grasses, a tune so sweet and chill, where we danced on dusty moonlight around the bend by Lonesome Hill. Now the oak tree's old and bending, like the back of my worn-through soul, and your scarf still smells like wildflowers, but it feels so dreadful cold. The sun dips low on gravel roads where our dreams used to spill. My heart broke where the earth did shake, the night Lonesome Hill sank still. The porch we sat is weathered, the planks are cracked and gray. No more laughter soaks the sunrise since you went away. Rain taps on the empty cabin like time's soft, remorseful thrill. Echoes of your footsteps haunt the paths near Lonesome Hill. Now the oak tree's old and bending, like the back of my worn-through soul, And your scarf still smells like wildflowers, but it feels so dreadful cold. The sun dips low on gravel roads where our dreams used to spill. My heart broke where the earth did shake. The night lonesome hills sank still. Sometimes the silence tells of tales we dare not speak, of the rugged hearts torn from their sleeves. Among these hills my spirit seeks the ghost of you that I can't release. So here's my song for Lonesome Hill, where whispers float in the nighttime air. I'm the shadow without your light, a silhouette of despair. And as the stars wheel over me, the pain is sharp and real, for you're a part of every stone, every sunset that hills conceal. My heart broke where the earth did shake. The night lonesome hills sank still.
I rode down past a canyon road, boots worn thin, a heart full of load. That old wind still whispers her name. Since she left, nothing feels the same. My hat's tilted, sun hanging low. The whiskey burns, but it's all I know. Got a picture of her in my coat, and a goodbye she never wrote. Just dust and whiskey, and a memory that won't die. Love like fire, burned under open sky. Now I'm chasing shadows in the heat and the haze, trying to outrun her ghost for days. Dust and whiskey, that's all she left behind. We used to dance in the old saloon, her laugh outshined every tune. Now it's just smoke and a lonesome song, played by a man who got it all wrong. I talked to stars she used to name, pour another glass to ease the blame. But every sip just takes me back to her sundress in that one dirt track. Just dust and whiskey, and a memory that won't die. Love like fire, burned under open sky. Now I'm chasing shadows in the heat and the haze, trying to outrun her ghost for days. Dust and whiskey, that's all she left behind. If I could turn this horse around, I'd ride back to that sleepy town. But some things ain't made to last, like train smoke and a lover's past. Dust and whiskey, and her name in the wind, a story I keep living again and again. And if you find her out there someday, tell her I still ride but lost my way, with just dust and whiskey and a heart that won't unwind.
In the shadow of an old oak tree, where the creek sings tunes to stone and sweet pea, there's a trace of a path where she walked barefoot every summer's eve. My heart where she put her laughter hung on vines, wild and free. In the whisper of the leaves, she still speaks to me. Oh, barefoot steps, you remember her ways along creek banks where our dreams used to lay. Now the wind through the oak feels colder somehow, carrying pieces of yesterday that my heart can't allow. Barefoot steps, oh, they echo so lonely and tender in the rustling silence. My soul surrenders. Years flew like dust on a long gravel road. Her scarf still on the porch, fading like the love she once showed. The cabin stands empty where laughter danced in the rooms. Now just shadows play in the afternoon gloom. The saddle rests untouched, the horse long since gone. Like the sunsets we watched, my days draw long. Oh, barefoot steps, you remember her warmth in the chill of the night when the stars looked torn. Now the wind through the oak feels colder somehow, carrying echoes of us that my heart can't allow. Barefoot steps, oh how they mourn what's tender in the rustling silence. My heart remembers. There's a wisdom in the hills, an old tale in the stones, telling me love's a journey, not just two souls. Though her path veered away under wide open skies, these lands hold her whispers, her sweet goodbye. Oh, barefoot steps, keep her memory mild through the wild oak shadows where we once smiled. Let the wind through the oak bring solace somehow, carrying pieces of yesterday. Softly now, barefoot steps, I'll walk you in my dreams forever, where every step is a memory and hearts never sever.
In the shadow of the oak, where our names were cut deep, the wind watched me leave, your scarf in the breeze, across the empty plain, under the big sky sweep, where we dreamed of forever in the whisper of leaves. Oh, the wind, it knows my secrets, carries my regrets like dust across the trail, and the sun sets on the old porch steps, where I can still hear your voice clear as the rain. I ride past the cabin, now silent and bare. The wind
windows like the eyes of someone who's seen too much despair. The gravel road untraveled, grown over with time's care. Our love's a fading trail, lost in the wild somewhere. Oh, the wind, it knows my secrets, carries my regrets like dust across the trail. And the sun sets on the old porch steps, where I can still hear your voice clear as the rain. Beneath the endless heavens, I confess my heart's wrong. To every star that witnessed us, now I wander alone, with the dust of my dreams clinging tight to my bones, in the lands where the echo of our laughter was once home. So the wind, and it watched me leave, with my heart strung up on that old oak tree. May it whisper to you, as it once did to me, of a love not forgotten, just as wild and free. The sun dips slow, the shadows agree, time to ride on, but you're always with me. Yes, the wind watch me leave, but your memory never leaves.
In the whisper of the dawn, beneath the old oak shadow lawn, I found her scarf, a piece of crimson tide. Today's now gone. The chill bit hard, the sky a slate of unforgiving gray, by that empty cabin door where our love once lay. Oh, the cold morning left behind, with the warmth of her hand in mine. Now it's just the dusty trails and the echo of the pines. A sunset's fire burns, but not like her touch I yearn. In the silence of this wild land, to her memory I return. Years have rolled like tumbleweeds across these quiet plains. Gravel roads and horses' hooves, the only remains. Where laughter filled the rafters, now just whispers to the ghosts. On the porch where we once danced, my heart feels her close. Oh, the cold morning left behind, with the warmth of her hand in mine. Now it's just the dusty trails and the echo of the pines. As sunset's fire burns, but not like her touch I yearn. In the silence of this wild land, to her memory I return. Beneath the endless stars, I unload my saddlebag. Each item a chapter of love, every thread a rag. The wind carries stories of a fireside bright and warm. But now I face the chilly dusk
alone amidst the storm. Oh, the cold morning left behind, where I've searched but cannot find, except for the rustling leaves, speaking soft and kind. If love is a fading trail, let my weary heart prevail in the dusk of these old tales, where whispers sail in the shadows of the past. With the sunset's last gleam, I ride this path alone, with her memory as my dream. In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the wild roses used to grow, I found your scarf, a faded red, left behind like the love we know. That dusty path by Johnson's farm still haunts my boots, I roam alone. Each step a memory, hard and warm, a ghost of laughter, your soft tone. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. The porch still creaks just like it did when we'd sit watching rain sweep in. But now the woods is empty as the heartbeat's missing from within. These gravel roads, they know my stride. They've watched the years peel from my soul. Once walked with joy, now each a ride towards tomorrow's ceaseless toll. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset seems to end with echoes of you drifting away. These lonely trails, these silent stars, guide me to where my heart did part. Among the rust on old tin bars lies the burial place of my worn heart. Oh, how the wildlands bleed and blend with every tear that the skies send. In every gust your scent returns, as fleeting as a fire that burns. I whisper names into the breeze, praying they'll carry back to thee. Thorns flew with the western wind through the fields where we once lay. Now every sunset paints the end of dreams and dust, both swept away. These lonely trails, these fading scars, guide me to where I'll always part. Underneath these morning stars, with your memory forever my heart. In the quiet of night the wind sings low, and I reckon it's time to let you go. In the shadow of the oak tree, the river bends and sighs. Your laughter hung on summer breeze, 'neath endless azure skies. We carved our names within the bark, a vow in whispered tones. Now just a ghost upon the wind through empty cabins moans. And smile waits at the porch where we used to sit. The sun dips low paint your shadow beside it. Every gravel road, every sunset glows, takes me back to you. And smile waits, it knows. Years have worn the saddle where you once sat close to me. Trails grown over dreams like dust, lost to eternity. The scarf you left still smells of rain, of storms we used to chase. Fading trails and twilight's grasp, a love I can't replace. Smile waits at the porch where we used to sit. The sun dips low, paint your shadow beside it. Every gravel road, every sunset glows, takes me back to you. The smile waits, it knows. By the crackling fire's light, I see your dancing grace, a solitary figure now in our once cherished space. The whisper of the river is a lonesome serenade. I wonder if you hear it too, across the choices made. So smile waits at the porch where we used to sit. The sun dips low, erases shadows bit by bit on every lonesome road where the cold wind blows. I'll remember you, where smile waits and love grows. Yes, smile waits, my heart, it knows.
In the quiet town of Rye, where the oak trees touch the sky, I met you wild in spring's embrace, beneath that endless dome. Your laughter mixed with wind on the porch where we'd spin tales of dreams woven in the golden loom, where our hearts called home. Rye bleeds under the setting sun, colors fade on what we've done. The scarf you left still smells of rain, and days now long gone by. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past cabins empty, love unthrown. Whispers haunt the prairie winds where your shadow lies. Those trails grew over once we roamed, with every sunset further thrown. Your eyes like dusk stole away, with secrets unconfessed. The saddle empty by the door, dusty boots don't tread no more on floorboards that still creak beneath the weight of my unrest. Rye bleeds under the setting sun, colors fade on what we've done. The scarf you left still smells of rain, and days now long gone by. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past cabins empty, love unthrown. Whispers haunt the prairie winds where your shadow lies. Now under stars that we once named, the oaks still stand but bear the shame. A silent witness says to the cost of loving wild and free. In every grain of rye that weeps,
sun colors mourn what we've become. The scarf you left now threadbare gray, a symbol of our past. My heart rides gravel roads alone, past memories to which I'm prone. Whispers turn to silence in the echo of your laugh. So here's to rye where love once bloomed, in the shadow of an empty room, where dust now settles soft and sad like snow upon the moors. Rye bleeds and so do I, under vast unyielding skies, forever bound to roam a land that's yours and yours alone.
On the edge of dusty Elmsville, by the creek where willows grow, I found an oak's embrace. Beneath her shade her love did glow. We carved our names within its skin, a heart forever bound, and laid beneath the endless sky on a quilt upon the ground. Her laughter danced like silver bells across the open plains, each memory a golden thread in the fabric of my reins. Oh, the saddle's tied down, but my heart's running wild, through fields of her whisper and the soft somber smile. By the porch light she'd fade like a ghost in the gown. Each sunset bleeds deeper with my saddle tied down. Now the porch swings alone and the cabin door wails, the gravel road's untaken, lined with untold tales, where the laughter echoed now but whispers in the breeze. Her scarf still hangs upon the hook, unworn yet fails to ease. The trails we rode have overgrown like scars that time can't heal, every hoofbeat in the dust, a reminder she's not real. Oh, the saddle's tied down, my heart's running wild, through fields of her whisper and the soft somber smile. By the porch light she'd fade like a ghost in the gown. Each sunset bleeds deeper with my saddle tied down. In the silence of the oak tree where our names slowly fade, I've learned love's a fleeting shadow, in the twilight it's late. Though the rains pull me forward to the vast uncharted lands, her memory's a compass etched deeply in my hands. Oh, the saddle's tied down and my tears mix with the ground. On this lonesome rugged journey, it's her love that I found. As the stars claim the night and the cold settles down, I'm a shadow in the saddle, forever tied down. So I ride through the whispers where our wild dreams once flew, a cowboy lost in time's embrace under skies eternally blue. Each sunset brings her closer in the dusk's embracing crown, till the trails end at forever with my saddle tied down. Out where the oak tree shadows lay long on the ground, I found a faded scarf, the one she wore when the world spun round. In that quiet town where whispers birth the dawn, Her smile like a lantern lit and warm, but now it's gone. Her smile stood still on the front porch in twilight's grace, while my heart kept roaming, a wild wind lost in space. The sun dips low just like the moments we'd fulfill. In the silence of the stars, her smile stood still. The years have worn the leather of my saddle and my skin. Gravel roads and empty cabins map the places I've been, but no trail, no dusty path leads me back to where she is. Just echoes of laughter in the rain and that kiss. Her smile stood still on the front porch in twilight's grace, while my heart kept roaming, a wild wind lost in space. The sun dips low just like the moments we'd fulfill. In the silence of the stars, her smile stood still. Underneath the crescent moon, I confess to the night, all I've lost ain't worth the cost of giving up this fight. But the pain ties me to what I know was real, in the ghost of her presence, a love that time can't heal. Her smile stood still on the front porch in twilight's grace, each memory a shadow that not even time can erase. The sun dips low and I wonder if it will ever rise on a day when her smile doesn't stand still. Her smile stood still, and I'm out here searching still.